My name is Kaia, and I'm the author of the Sophia Code. This week, we're featuring our amazing certified Sophia Circle leaders and how they are changing hearts worldwide, activating the sovereign divinity of humanity with their Sophia Circle Journeys ministry. Today, I have the great pleasure and privilege to welcome Donna Wesley, who's joining us live today from outside of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
And I had the most remarkable experience with Donna getting to meet her live in Austin, Texas. She recently joined us for the Sovereign Spiritual Leadership Immersive. And because Donna is a certified Sophia Circle leader, she was able to volunteer to be a part of our event, as well as to help us co-lead our prosperity ceremony. So I am just overjoyed to welcome Donna today to our YouTube channel, to the KR Daily Transmission. Welcome, Donna.
Thank you, Kaia, for having me. I'm just so excited to be here. I'm so excited. It's just an amazing experience.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't tell you how much peace it brought me to meet you finally in in Austin.
Yes.
And I remember Ashley Phoenix telling me about you, sharing about you as you were journeying through the certification program. And she said,
yes,
I just have a good feeling about Donna Wesley.
you.
And here we are having this conversation now about your ministry as a Sophia Circle leader. So we're going to have such a good conversation. Thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me. It is such an honor. Thank you.
Aww. Tell me a little bit about how you found the Sophia Code.
Well, my girlfriend introduced me, and then I actually listened to you on Lauren Galaxy and Carrie Murphy.
Oh,
Yeah, so I go way back. In fact, I have one of the books that you signed. It's really rattled, but yes. So it's been years since 2018.
Oh my God. So you've really been here for a good part of
I have been here, and you have shed so much baggage and excess control, fears, limitations. It's just amazing. So I thank you. It did take me 2 years to get through the certification program, but I had a lot of things to shed in order to be where I am now. And I thank you for
you're so welcome.
Yeah.
I thank you for being willing to step into that journey of your sovereign divinity. And
it was an amazing journey. I could not stop. I mean, it was just life-changing. It has changed my life in so many areas. I can't even express the words on how grateful I am for you to channel. I can't wait to your other books, but we're keeping with this one, but it's just such an amazing experience. Austin, Texas was just off the hook. It was amazing. And the connections, finally meeting Ashley and everyone, Taryn, in person, you in person. And the team that I work with, it was just like going home. It was just family. It was so inspirational. I mean,
that feels so good to hear that, because we do get that feedback a lot, that when people find the Sophia Code, they finally come to one of our events, it's like a homecoming.
Yes.
We're meeting our soul family, and we're so happy that we got to meet you in person there and got to experience your leadership. Now, I know from our conversation that you were already professionally leading before you entered the Sophia Circle certification training program. I'd love to hear your reflections on what it's like to make your other offerings now as a leader, as a channel, as a facilitator after the certification training. How did the training support your other offerings to thrive?
Oh, it expanded it tenfold.
Wow.
The insight that I have now, I did not have before. The connections, it dropped me deeper into my soul, because I know it is part of my gifts, but it has expanded it. I have formed relationships across the country. And some of the areas, I don't even have to put out a card or anything else. They contact me. So it's,
That's awesome.
word of mouth, but I think it's all the ascended masters. I sit there and talk to them and ask them to lead me to people that are supposed to be in my path in
Wow.
order for me to be a part of.
And you were offering Akashic record readings and so,
Akasha Records reading,
yeah,
Reiki. I do in person, I do long distance. In fact, my in person, and since I took the workshop, I have picked up some additional clients that I didn't even anticipate. So
amazing.
Mother Sophia is there supporting me,
Yes. Yeah.
and she's making it she's making it very easy for me to step into this circle completely and just quit my corporate job and just do this full time, because I know that it's much needed on this planet at this time. And I
Six.
thank you for leading the journey, and also the daily transmissions are awesome.
Oh, thank you. Oh, so Donna, let's talk about this certification program, because if it's expanding everything that you're already offering, something must have happened in that certification program that's deeply supported you. Will you share some highlights from your journey,
Um,
the leadership certification training?
the certification program, when I went to the Hathor chapter, to be seen in my voice, it just, I want to say it was very hard for me. I understand now, finishing the journey on the connection why I had such a hard problem. My inner child just totally stopped me. So we are in regular practice to not forget her and
Yeah.
to do things, which is very important. But I have to say, weaving all the matrix, the program, and the control, I was very deep into the church. It was hard to shed some of the belief systems that they instilled on me.
Yes.
And not being willing to step out and put there to lose some friends and family. But it's worth it. If you're not there for me and who I am as a divine being,
Yes.
then I'm good. And it was hard doing that.
So what I'm hearing is that walking through the certification program activated your throat center, activated the most authentic expression of your
Yes.
heart. Maybe not everyone was ready for that. And
Yes.
especially given some of the religious doctrine that you were choosing to take a step back from.
Yes.
That's a very brave step
Yes.
to take.
But a necessary step.
And why was it necessary for you?
It was necessary for me in order for me to fully step into my divine leadership. I have to do what I have to do. This movement, the Codex, it is what is needed on this planet at this time in order for us to excel, to be a part of the collective, to be a part of the world's consciousness, to stepping us above. Each ascended master, I can't express every chapter and certification, they worked with me. And it was because I would sit there and ask them, is this really happening? But it does. It happens. It transforms your life. And you sit back and you look and you're ask yourself, how did I have this thought process, this matrix, the programming to exist when there's much needed on Earth right now? I mean, with COVID, it shut everything down.
Yeah.
It's just, it's much needed. The divine feminine, you see the infight, and when you see it, you sit back and you see things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And you sit there and you're like, wow, 5 years ago or 10 years ago, I wouldn't have saw this. So I'm assuming, since I'm 62, that it took a while, a lot of layers of stuff to remove from me. So I thank you for the channel in the book and having these fabulous programs. And Austin just paralleled me off the earth. I'm back a little bit now. There's still
There's a lot of growth that happened for all of us.
Oh my goodness.
Myself included.
I went to the beach and it didn't help.
Oh my gosh. There's just that much integrating.
Yes,
Oh,
still
wow.
integrating. And then I'm just so grateful and honored to
Oh,
be a part of the journey with the
thank
collective.
we're so honored that you're a part of it. Who do you feel is your, like, who was your number one mentor out of all the Ascended Masters that helped you complete the certification program?
You know, that is such a hard question because they take turns.
I know. Isn't that funny?
They take turns, and I'm like, okay. I just have to be open and receptive. I have to say, Hathor and White Buffalo Woman, they tag team me all the time.
Very powerful combination of
And
mentors.
the dragons, they come in a lot too. So I just go with the flow. I just ride the wave with them.
And when Hathor, you had mentioned when you came to that Hathor activation step. So for those of you who are new to what Sophia Circle leadership training involves, we have 8 modules in the training. We have live classes, and then we have these what we call self-mastery activation steps. And there's about 10 of them in each module, because this is a very rigorous training program. When you are done with this program, you are legitimately ready to run your first Sophia Circle journey, but it does require a lot of training. And so each module is dedicated to a key code mentor. And what Donna was sharing earlier is that there's an activation step that many people get triggered by in module 2. When you're mentoring with Hathor and being seen on camera, expressing, I think it was like reading the Sophia Code for the first time on camera. Is this the activation step you were talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. And I can't tell you, Donna, how many initiates have told us this is where they ended up freaking out in the program. And like just losing their marbles. And not to say you were freaking out or losing, but that's
but I was.
but that's the kind of feedback we get. And I remember when we first started to hear that feedback about the training program, I was like, but what do they think they're going to be doing in a Sophia Circle journey? They're going to be reading the Sophia Code in front of a camera or in front of a group. So we have to get them practicing in a safe space where they can get their sea legs, right? And so, when I had channeled that part of the program, I had no idea how much it was going to trigger people. But I did know that every step of it was being divinely guided. So how did Hathor help you eventually move through that activation step? And how did you feel when you finally completed it?
When I finally, Hathor supported me and just told me, just be yourself. There's no perfection.
Yes.
You have to do everything exactly right. The main goal, and you also assisted, just get in front of the camera and speak.
Yes.
Speak your voice. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have, a perfect 10 in order to continue.
Yes.
So it was really, and I have to tell you, my heart, I felt like it expanded as a result afterwards. It was just like, and I look at it now and go, why did I get so stuck? But it was necessary. I had things to shed and voices to be heard. So
yeah, she of 1,000 voices, mentoring with Hathor. And God only knows what past lives you were clearing around.
Oh, she helped me remember some. So yes.
There it is. So she was also helping you heal past lives, conscious.
Yes. All of the Ascended Masters helped me with some of my past lives.
So powerful. And you mentioned White Buffalo Woman. Was there a particular self-mastery activation step that really spoke?
I love the medicine wheel, creating my own medicine wheel. And that was fabulous. I was very upset when I had to move it in order to have my landscaper come cut my grass. But it was perfect. And my hummingbirds, everyone was there. I even had a buzzard land on my on my roof as I was doing. I was like, at first I was a little upset, but I know a buzzard is a great purifier. So I figured,
connected to Isis.
Yes. So I figured everyone was there helping me. So it was just very moving. My connection with Mother Gaia became deeper as a result. It was just, And she pushes me like, we just have to keep going
Yeah.
and do what we need to do.
And so when you were getting ready to, complete your certification, and to apply to finally be, certified with us, what did it feel like to submit those last pieces?
Yeah, it was like a happy sad in a way,
Oh,
because it felt like I was losing that piece of community that I had journeyed with. And I have to say the team angels were all so supportive.
oh,
But I felt like I was missing a part of my family, but it was also thrilling and exciting that I finally, after 2 years, finally made it to the end.
oh my gosh.
So
Yeah, and what for those of you who are just joining us, what Donna is speaking to is if you come up against a roadblock in our certification program and you have a genuine prayer to complete it, you can apply to go into the following year. So if you need an additional year to complete all those activation steps, which that was Ashley Phoenix's idea. Thank bless her heart. Thank God she suggested that, because we wouldn't have you here right now, Donna,
thank
otherwise.
you.
It
Yes.
is an extremely activating program. And so I'm grateful for that grace of the program that, supports people in their own pace. And I love that you're speaking to, excuse me, I love that you're speaking to this journey that you went on with your cohort, that you really felt as though these other students were a part of your spiritual family. And that's been a big part of our prayer for Sophia Circle Leadership, is to continue to expand our community offering, both with the affiliate program and now these future opportunities to help us at events. And yeah, we're just at the beginning of how much we want to build our community with our certified leaders. So I'm grateful that you felt such a deep connection to everyone as you were journeying through the program. I would love to hear a little bit about, what is your prayer for this upcoming Sophia Circle journey that you're going to be? Is this an online journey? Is it in
This is
person?
in person. But
Oh, how exciting.
yes, but I have also had some friends reach out to me across the United States,
Yes.
even my aunt that I didn't realize
Oh my
followed.
gosh.
So it was like,
Really? Are you serious?
I
Oh my
am dead
God.
serious. So she wants her little group to do want me to do a virtual. So I said, let me start with this. So
Yes.
it's nice that I have people across the United States that want to do a virtual. And my journey is to share the Sophia Code experience, the journey to enlighten them and have the same experience, witness their journey through the Sophia Code.
Yes.
And I also, if I could add,
Yes.
I wanted to be a global across every racial divide, to
Yes.
have all people of all colors, pink, green, blue, to be a part of this, because
Yes.
it's widely known, but in some communities, it's not widely accepted because of the lack of understanding.
Yes.
So I just wanted to reach everyone.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Donna, for your profound prayer. I so appreciate your ministry and your intentions that we're setting here on YouTube, and how lucky we are that, how blessed we are that you want to reach so many people across all divides, because the Sophia Code is about unifying all of us through Christ consciousness, or
Exactly.
also known as Buddha consciousness,
Yes.
also known as source consciousness. And you are a woman of that consciousness. It's just such a
Thank you.
blessing to get to know you better today and after Austin. And when are you beginning your in-person journey?
June 3rd.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yes,
happening
it's right
so
around the
soon.
corner. So
Oh my
yes, I
gosh.
have already taken up some of my items to her facility and have hidden it away from everyone. So I'm super excited.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have people driving from Atlanta traffic from the north side that were like,
Yeah.
I'm doing this, but it's good. So
So you're right outside of Atlanta.
yes, I'm on the
Okay.
south side. Yes, the part with the less traffic. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, great. And so are you hosting this at your home, or do you
No,
have
at a
a sponsor?
facility, a
You have
health and wellness center.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, so
And how many people are you planning on
I
gathering?
4, but I'm having some other interests, and I'm just going to put it out there as many as it will draw. If not, there's going to be more.
Yes, there is, both
It's
virtual
not,
and in
and
person.
exactly.
Mhm. Oh my gosh, I know this journey is going to be so blessed. It's because of the post-pandemic situation, there are far more virtual circles that are being offered. So this is a rare in-person Sophia
Yes.
Circle journey that
Yes.
people can join you on. And is this going to be every week or every 2 weeks
It's
that you
once a
gather?
month. Once
Once
a
a month. Okay, so once a month gathering, there's
yes.
13 gatherings. And if you
Yes.
would like to go on a Sophia Circle journey through every chapter of the Sophia Code with this beautiful soul, this
Thank
beautiful
you.
earth angel light worker, Donna Wesley, outside of Atlanta, Georgia, one of our beloved certified Sophia Circle leaders, you can learn more about how to contact her, more about her background on my website at kaira.com. We have an official certified Sophia Circle leaders directory, and that's where you can get in touch with Donna. And I really want to thank you, Donna, for this amazing opportunity to have this conversation with you today.
Thank you very much.
Your
Thank you.
dedication to the Sophia Code is just so heartfelt, and I just pray many blessings for your first in-person
Thank
journey.
you. I accept and receive.
Thank you.